All right, y'all. We are back. This is the Morning Energy. I'm your girl, Nicola Dean, and I am going to start off by saying this. I am so ecstatic to have this brother on this show. Y'all know this is my first guest on my show, and I made sure I just told him I strategically did this because I ran across him on TikTok. It was a few months ago. It was a few months ago, and he was analyzing the song Between the Sheets by the Isley Brothers. And I just remember his facial expressions when it came to that hook. It came to the hook, and I saw the facial expressions. I was like, yep, that's my kind of brother right there, because I'm a lyrics analyst. So I laughed so hard. So if y'all haven't had an opportunity to get to know this brother, I advise you to do so. Welcome, Jarron Devereaux. What is
What's
up?
going on? What's happening? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just look. I'm like over here cheesing. I'm excited. I'm
I'm
excited.
excited too. This is dope. This is
Ah,
dope. Thank you for having me, for real.
thank you for being here. Oh my god, yeah. Like this is so overdue.
Oh
So
yeah,
and
yes.
Sister
I'm
Heck,
looking forward
I
to this
told you
for
I had pneumonia, so had to get you rescheduled and everything. But I'm
sure.
glad you're here.
Listen, I'm glad to be here. Huh? One more day. Huh?
Hey, you better praise him. Hey, oh my, look, oh my shati, whatever it is. I don't speak in tongues, but
I can't help it. I'm a church boy at heart, so if I sprinkle it in every now and then, forgive me.
you know what? It's okay. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because that was actually going to be my first question. So I think you and I actually have that in common. We both grew up in church.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, and I learned that you have pipes too, which we're going to get to later on. I saw the video. Don't play with me. I synced it. I synced it with my own two eyes. But one of the things I've learned about you by following you is that you are a man who wears many hats. Like, can you tell people everything that you do? Because I can go on and on for days, but I want you to tell them what you do.
Oh man. So I am. I'll start off with the important stuff. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I do take care of my home. I'm a working man, 9 to 5. I create content. I am a praise and worship leader at my church.
Mhm.
I am also the sound guy, the stream guy at my church. Um, I do random singing gigs, so I go to different churches and sing and lead their praise and worship teams. And
See, I
um,
told y'all he had pipes.
I I sing background. That's all. I don't do nothing. I have actually just picked up the art of DJing, so
Okay.
I am now a DJ. So
Okay. That's
um,
what, yeah, and I've been able to see some of those videos as well. I was like, okay, he's pulling out some hits that I haven't heard in a while. So yeah, like one thing I can appreciate about you just by watching your videos is your musical taste. I look like when it comes to music, a person who values music and not just the sound of music, but the art and the creativity behind it, that you've already captured my mind and captured my heart. So
I appreciate
that, yeah. So let me ask you this.
it. Yes,
You
ma'am.
talked about like growing up in church and singing in church,
Mhm.
and singing in church right now, and even being praise and worship, being a part of the praise and worship team and being part of the ministry in itself.
Yes, ma'am.
Growing up, was that a part of how did listening to different genres of music, I guess, correlate with growing up in church?
So I feel, and this is just me personally, I feel
Okay.
like there have always been different forms of church music. There's been always been different, if we can say, genres of
Yeah.
church music. So, um, I was born into the Baptist church, and then we went to the Church of God in Christ. So I've experienced all different kinds of our church, if that makes sense. Um, and I just I just feel that different forms of music reaches people in a different way. Um,
Mm.
I, I feel that when we are able, because looking at it like this, you're able to reach a larger crowd with the music of that time. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up in the '90s, Really didn't have too many like 90s gospel music, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So my mom, my grandma, my everybody, we was listening to gospel. Now we was listening to all the good ones, Fred Hammond, Kirk Franklin, Yolanda Adams, all of them. But every now and then, we might, might get a little Jodeci in there, might get a little, uh, might get a little Silk in there a little bit, Keith
Right.
Sweat, came in every now and then. But it ultimately led to my love for just all different kinds of music,
Wow.
and like you said, the art of it, the work that goes behind making beautiful music, making music people can connect with. So
Absolutely.
I definitely think that was a part of it.
Yeah, I agree with you growing up. Of course, we did, in the 90s and late 80s, you had your Yolandas and your
Yep.
Fred Hammonds, your Kirk Franklins, and,
Mm.
and then every now and again you sprinkle some baby face over in there. And don't let an R&B album come out when the last song was like a gospel song.
Oh
Oh,
my!
they would play the whole album, but they would play that, like, I think it was Blackstreet had that song, The Lord is Real.
Yes, yes,
I know my mama wore that
yes.
song. And
Yeah, and then you sitting there like, I knew it. I knew they were saved. I knew it. Like,
like whole time we've been listening to everything else, and all of a sudden you get to that song, "The Lord is
oh,
Real," and we gonna play it 25 times.
yes, yes, that's the one we gonna play.
That's the
Mhm.
one we gonna play. So
They run it. They running from it. They run it. I'm like, no, they
right.
with
And
the gospel.
just because they sing a little R&B music don't mean they running from
Don't mean they running.
exactly, just using their gifts. It's like grandma just chill. They
You
just
know,
using their gifts.
because that's the first place they go. But bless their heart.
Bless their heart. Yeah.
Bless their heart.
Look, and I know that we're in two different time zones. You got to tell me where you're from.
Whew. Okay, so I was born in San Angelo, Texas. My
I've been there.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I lived in Laredo for a little while, and then I moved to San
Really?
Antonio. Yeah, so I was not far from you in San Antonio.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I was born in San Angelo, Texas. My dad was in the military.
Okay.
So we ended up moving here to Omaha, which my mom's family is from, Omaha. So
Okay.
I am currently residing in Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay. And how like, as far as because I know for me, I'm from the East Coast. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like right now, I live outside of DC, and of course, DC
Okay.
is chocolate city. You know,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
how was it? What was it like growing up? Because, and I can tell you, having been to San Angelo is very Hispanic populated. I mean, the
Yes.
population
Yes.
is mostly Hispanic. Just
Mhm.
like a lot of that South and that part of Texas, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Like, what was the transition moving from San Angelo to Omaha, Nebraska? I mean, that had to have been kind of a little bit of a jump, right?
So I had been to Omaha many times,
Okay.
traveling and seeing family members. So there was a part of me that hated it, and
Hmm.
there was a part of me that loved it. Um,
Understood.
the part of me that loved it was to see my grandmother, because my grandmother lived here. So
Okay.
I was like, okay, we get to move to Omaha and see grandma, but it's Nebraska, like, oh. But then but then I get here and I'm like, it's not bad. It's not, it's pretty lit. It's pretty, there's some good stuff going on here. And I always vow, when I get grown and when I get out, move out, I'm going right back to Texas. I said that about what 15 years ago.
Yeah. It's but you gotta admit there's something, and this is off topic, I know, but there's something about Texas that always just draws you
Oh
that
yes,
wants to draw you back,
oh
right?
yes. There's always something about Texas that just it's the pull.
Yep.
It's some kind of pull about Texas that you just want to be like, you know what, this is the year I'm going to do it.
Because think about it, it's you got a lot of parts of Texas is just like this cultural melting pot where you've got like
Mhm.
everybody there, the food, some
Yeah.
of some of the best food you've ever eaten in your
The
life.
best
I mean, come
food,
on.
the culture, the music,
Yes.
the people. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I admit some of the nicest people I have ever met were in Texas.
Oh,
Like, I mean, just
talk about it.
welcoming. Yeah. So, all right, I got another question.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
it's a two-part question before we get to a break. So,
Okay.
uh, the question that I have is right now, you're a social media influencer and your following is like through the roof. I saw the little circle on your picture. Don't look. I told you I follow you. What does it feel like to actually like you post this? What was the first part? Like you posted this video and it just went viral. Is that what happened?
So, the very first video is actually the Isley Brothers video.
Okay, so
Mm.
that was the first one that I ran across.
That is the video that started everything.
Okay.
I was literally at work. It was some downtime. We was getting ready to go. Nobody was in the office, so I was like, I'm just gonna make a video just to pass time. And I happened to see this video of this guy, and he was just playing the no, it was actually yeah, it was a guy who's playing the Isley Brothers song and just doing his thing to it. But I just happened to notice these words are kind of wild. These these words are kind of crazy. So
Yeah.
so I was like, you know what? Let me just record this honest reaction, in the moment. And I just recorded it, put it up, put my phone down, didn't even think about it. And about 30 minutes later, I had like 10,000 views on the video.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, "Oh, okay. This is really happening." And then, a couple hours later, it was like at 75, 80,000. I'm like, "Oh, is this getting ready to go viral? Oh, snap." And I don't know. It just happened out of nowhere. I did not
Wow.
expect it.
Like I think, of course we listen to music. Music is a part of our
Mhm.
everyday lives. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I don't think we really sit down and we analyze the lyrics to those songs, right?
Mhm. And the thing that I found is that a lot of times these lyrics get swallowed up by the beat and the
Mhm.
music, and then sometimes you have artists who like almost mumble them. That way you don't really hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
We listen and be like, "No, you said some pretty wild stuff there. Let's rewind this, bro."
Right. So, I got another question about like, you're, doing it on social media and everything. But one of the things that I did ask you to do, and I'm so grateful that you did because, we're going to get into some conversation about it in a little bit.
Yeah.
I asked you to send a couple of songs that, you heard them and you were just like, wait, that song says what? Because like I said, I follow you. It's ironic
Yes.
because you and I think we actually had a conversation about
Yes.
the one of the songs that you sent. It
Yes.
was Whitney Houston, Saving All My Love for You.
Yes.
I had no idea until I was a grown A woman that song was about her having a whole A affair
A
with a
whole affair.
grown man, like a married man.
Oh, I just have because my wife actually told me to listen to it. She was like, "You got to listen to this song because I think she's talking about being, a side piece." I was like, "No, she's
Uh-huh.
no, she's not." And I sat there and I listened to it, and she was like, "You've got your family."
Yep.
Excuse me, Nippy.
You're like, nip it.
No, no. It took me for a loop. My mind was blown. I
Mhm.
was not expecting that at all.
And the sad reality of it is the part that says, though I try to resist being last on your list, no other man's gonna do. Like she was that intertwined, you know?
Yes, she is determined. Some
Yes,
way or another, it's gonna happen. And
yes.
yeah, wow. Okay,
So I think we should get into this music. Up next, y'all, is
let's go.
Saving All My Love for You by Whitney Houston. Make sure you
No,
keep it locked right here on Global R&B 96.3. We got so much more to go with Jarron. Keep
let's
it
go.
locked right here, Global R&B 96.3. All right, y'all. We are back. This is the Morning Energy. I'm your girl, Nicola Dean, and I still got Jarron Devereaux with me. I am so happy that he is still here.
Oh
Y'all
yeah,
just heard Whitney Houston, Saving All My Love for You.
my goodness.
Side piece.
Yo, she said, "Though I try to resist being last on," I said, "Nippy,
Nippy.
Nippy, no, not Nippy."
Yes, nippy. and then, and then after that, y'all heard You Make Me Wanna by Usher. Now
Yeah,
I had to laugh when
man,
I heard You Make Me Wanna because he said Now, what's sad is you're the one who hooked us up, knowing it should have been you. I'm like, you messing, like, that's messy.
That's low down. Don't do that.
Low down. You can't get much more low down than that.
Don't do that. Don't. Raymond, don't do
Raymond. Mr. Raymond. How dare you?
that.
And then after that, of course, I played I Just Can't Handle It by High Five. Now that one right there, and you actually did a video on this on
Yes,
your platform as well. Like, I was only 16, she was 25.
yeah. 911 needs to be called right now. Where is Stabler and Benson at? When you need them?
Right.
Because no,
Dong dong. Like,
just can't handle it. You sure can't, young man.
yeah, and what was it? He said, she said she would do anything just so she could hear me scream.
You- like,
I
okay.
played this for my boo. Look, I played that song for my boo the other day, and he was like, "There's no way." He said that. I was like, "No, we're gonna replay it again." And I replayed it again. I was like, "See, he did say it."
See, it's just too much. Like, and they be hiding it underneath all these beats and these melodies and stuff, and we just dancing and grooving, not knowing they talking about some wild stuff.
And another song that was like that back in the '90s was uh Belle Biv DeVoe. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, what
Uh,
song was it? Do Me Baby.
yeah, because he was backstage, underage, adolescent. You said it twice, sir.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
means you meant every last thing you said.
Yeah, and then it took me so long because he said the J, the I, the M, the M, the Y, yo, I need a body bag. I didn't know. Okay, so I'm old school. I'm in my 40s, right? So I didn't know what a body bag was. Do you know what a body bag
Mm,
is?
I have an idea, but I would rather you tell me.
It is a prophylactic, believe it or not, it's a condom. So that's why he says, basically, I'm about to give her the Jimmy. I need a body bag.
I need a body bag.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
Yeah, right. It's like the stuff that you don't even think about when it comes to these lyrics. Like, that's
You know,
crazy. So,
it's
yeah.
yeah, it's a lot. These lyrics be throwing me for a loop.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, what song or let me back up for a second because there was a question that I didn't get to ask you before that I really want to know the answer to.
Yes.
So now that, because to me, you're like a social media star. Like like like
Mm.
I'm happy to call you friend. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know that brother.
I'm not a social media. I'm just a regular guy.
You know what? And that's one of the things I was two things I was gonna say. Reaching out to you and asking you to be on my show, I didn't know what to expect because there are times where there are people who kind of climb the social media ladder and they get a lot of followers. They tend to get on the high horse.
Oh, yeah.
They
Oh, yeah.
forget where they came from, and they kind of tend to look down on other people, right?
Mm.
One of the things that I can appreciate about you is that every time I've reached out to you, even the very first time, you were so humble. Like, you are a man of modesty and humility, and I can appreciate that. And so I wanted to thank you, just like I said, that's why I was like, nah, this is my buddy right here. Like, he ain't just that's Jarron. That's Jarron.
I appreciate you having me. You didn't have to, take your time out to invite me on and, bring me here. So I always appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate having you here. But I gotta ask, do
Yes, ma'am.
you ever get recognized in public now?
It's happened once and I freaked out.
Oh, you gotta tell me the story. You gotta tell me.
I was at Walmart because Walmart is my favorite store. It's the best store on God's green earth.
Uh-huh.
I was at Walmart.
Of course.
I was getting something, and one of the Walmart workers was like, "Hey, you're on TikTok, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am. I'm a TikTok guy." He was like, "Yeah, I follow you. You like, I like your content. You're dope." I was like, "Thank you so much." And he took a picture, and then I left, and I called my wife, and I was like, "Baby, they recognize me at the store. I'll pay this out."
She's like, did you get anything for free? That would have been my question. Did you bring some free stuff home?
What did you get for free though?
Right.
That's the question.
Yeah, I that was like, for me, it was kind of like, it's funny. I've had people like send me your videos like after the, after you and I actually started communicating. I had
Yeah.
people send me your videos, and I'm like, I know him a little bit. Like yeah, I talked to him a little. Like yeah, we communicate.
Yeah. You
So
right, you know?
yeah, like yeah, he's cool people. They're like, you talk to him? Like yeah, I just send him a DM. He's cool people. So like,
Hey, that's dope. Oh man, I feel all sentimental inside.
oh, that that I aim to make sure my guests are happy and sentimental. I want them to leave with something. So
Thank you.
I don't want you to leave grumpy.
Thank
So
you.
one of the things that it's funny because you and I think subconsciously we might have been on the same level when it came to this. So you actually did a TikTok about the Bobby Womack song. I wish he didn't trust me so much, right?
Yes, ma'am,
And
it is.
I didn't realize the lyrics of that song until you posted it.
Man.
But ironically, I had actually done a segment on my show about it's I have a segment on my show on Wednesdays called Wait a Minute Wednesday. And I actually did a segment where, and I don't know if you know the story, but Bobby Womack actually
Mhm.
married Sam Cooke's widow. And
Yeah.
then, subsequently, like later, married his daughter,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So do you think that song was written about Sam Cooke?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I wanted to make sure we
Absolutely.
were on the same page.
Absolutely. That was about Sam Cooke. Bobby Womack is low down for that. I promise. I
Yes.
promise you. the very
Yes.
the very first words out his mouth, I'm the best friend he's got. Hey, Bobby. Come on. Slow down, bro. Who came out the gate hot?
Yes. And to make matters worse, I think they said that he wore Sam Cooke's
Dude,
tuxedo, like his suit to his wedding.
dude. Like I would get up from the grave, from the dead. I would arise up in that casket, and me and Bobby gonna toss hands,
Fight to the fullest.
sir.
Fight.
You came to my funeral in my suit with my wife. You want these hands, bro?
Right. Yeah, it's about to be a tragedy.
Oh my god.
What is it what they say on Rush Hour? He's like, somebody's gonna die here
Yeah.
today. Like, yes, somebody else is gonna die
Look,
here today.
it's gonna be two funerals today.
Right, right. So, what song did you hear like that you heard the lyrics and it was the one that was the most overwhelming for you? Like you heard it and you were just like, oh my God.
So there have been a few of them.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna lie, but the one that messed me up the most was Prince. Um,
Oh,
Prince has a song called "Sister,"
yes.
and if you listen to the words of the song, it's pretty rough. I was like,
Oh,
Prince, I had no idea, buddy.
man.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah. I did not. So I didn't know about that song until you told me about that song.
Yeah,
And then I went and listened to the song and I was like, wait, what?
yeah.
Like,
It's absolutely wild. And the fact that Prince put it on vinyl for the
yeah,
whole world to see, I was like, Prince, that was bold. I would have kept something like that to myself.
right. But one of the things, speaking of lyrics and things like that to music, one of the things that I've learned because I'm a singer songwriter myself, right?
Yeah, now.
Yeah, I got some stuff out there. You know what I mean? Look, you don't be going analyzing my lyrics on TikTok. Nah, I ain't wrote nothing that crazy now. So, well, look, I don't know. You might want to stay away from the song 48 Kisses because,
Ah,
yeah, yeah. I
no,
told look, even when that song came out, I told my mama, I said, don't listen to this
don't
song.
look.
Yeah,
Don't
this
look.
is a grown people song. And she's like, what you think I ain't
Yeah,
grown? Where you think you
grown
came
folks.
from? So,
Okay, okay.
yeah, but I guess for me, I've learned that when it comes to being a songwriter,
Mhm.
you write about what you know, and
Yeah.
that's the life that you have, and
Yeah.
that's the environment that you see, and that's
Mhm.
that's what you perceive around you. And so
Mhm.
it's shocking that he would write a song like that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's kind of like, why did he write that song? Was that an outcry?
I think one of the things that we appreciate about Prince is the darkness in his writing.
Right.
A lot of us can identify with the skeletons that he has in his closet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
A lot of us go through things and have issues, and it's comforting to hear your situation on a CD, to
yeah.
hear, through your headphones, to know that somebody else knows how you feel, or what you're dealing with. Even though you might not say anything to anybody, somebody else knows about this particular situation. So it stops me from going crazy and doing something crazy. So we definitely appreciate Prince and being willing to be vulnerable like that.
Yeah, you know what? I can, man, you just hit the nail on the head with that. I think, like I was thinking about it from a standpoint, was this an outcry for help? But
And it could have been,
yeah,
it definitely could have been. But it's just we well, me personally, I appreciate vulner vulnerability.
absolutely. And
Like,
somebody else is gonna grow from hearing that song on Vital and say, you know what, like
you
that
know,
that happened to me too. I can,
yeah,
I can resonate with that a lot. So, you know
yeah.
what? I want to get into the song. Without further ado, let's just get into it. Stay right here on Global R&B 96.3. Up next, we got Sister by Prince, and then followed by My Baby's House by Mr. Michael Cooper. Have you ever really, okay, wait a minute, before we break, have you ever really listened to the words of the song?
So I have not dug deep into the song. No.
Okay, this brother, he says, my car won't start. I'm at home. I don't have a job. My bills are piled so damn high on the shelf. And then he says, but you know what? I'm gonna take the train over town and go to my girl's house because she knows how to make me feel good and she'll say the things that I like to hear. Is
Mm,
what he says in the song. So he ain't got a job, he ain't got a car, he ain't got no money. He's got a lot of bills. And then he's going to take the train to his woman's house because she's going to cook good for him. And then she's going to
mm.
have sex with him. And then she's gonna like, whisper sweet nothings in his ear and make him feel good. I don't think that's fair. But anyway, but anyway, we're going to get into this music, y'all. This is Prince, Sister, followed by My Baby's House by Michael Cooper. Keep it locked right here on Global R&B 96.3. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Morning Energy. This is your girl Nika Ladine. I'm still here with Jarron Devereaux
Hey,
and
you still in there?
man. And look, music been playing, and we have been just giggling and joking. And I told him, I was like, brother, you're making me laugh so hard. I'm getting choked over.
Man, this is something else.
Yeah, and what you just heard, I told Jerron, I said, you got to add another one. Usually we call this Nika's top five, but today we're going to call it Nika and Jerron's top six. So I chose three, chose three, and the last song that Jerron chose was Used to Be My Girl by the OJs. So, Jerron, I want you to
Sure.
go into like the little breakdown of the lyrics.
And can we talk about how the OJs were definitely a problem back in the day?
A
They were
whole problem.
they were a menace.
Uh-huh.
They had to be stopped.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so the first the first thing that they say, that they start off with that doop doop doo doop doo doop doo doo, and then he comes in good love, and
Hey.
your girl got plenty good love. You gonna look me in my face and tell me my girl got you gonna leave my eyes? That's bold, sir.
And then go ask me how I know.
Ask me how I know, and I'll tell you so. She used to be my. First of all, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He said, I respect her. I used to neglect her.
Yeah, when
Uh,
she was mine, I used to neglect her.
yeah.
Yeah. She wanted more than I could give.
But as long as I live, she'll be my. All right, you know what? Put your dick,
So disrespectful.
put your dick away, sir, because you're not gonna look me in my face and tell me that my girl got plenty good love. That's what you're not gonna do.
Right. Right. But you know what that reminds me? So I last week on Nika's Top Five, I actually did songs that were written by other artists that you may not had even been written. Like, how do I want to say this? Songs that were written by other
Mhm.
artists in their own right, but they were sung by another artist. So one
Right.
of the songs
Right.
that I did was Practice What You Preach by Barry White. That
Oh
song was actually co-written by Gerald Levert, which lets you know the apple does not
no
fall.
way!
Yes. And if you go back and you listen to that song now, you can hear Gerald's elements in that song.
Now that I'm thinking about it, yes, yeah, that sounds like something Gerald Levert would
Mm,
write.
So I
Okay.
mean, and the thing is, it took me a second to even with the lyrics to that, where he's like, "You're telling me this, you're telling me that. You
Yeah.
say once I'm with you, you'll never go back. You say there's a lesson that you want to teach. Well, here I am, practice what you preach. Like, show me.
Like,
Like,
show me right now.
he
And,
went,
and
and there was another part. He says, "You say you can turn me out." Like, like you, girl, you think you can turn me out? I just wish that you would.
Mary just wish that you would call me. Like, what makes me laugh about that song is the beginning where he's like, "So, what do you want to do?" Hey, don't whisper to me in this song, please. Can you
I'm
speak
here,
up?
baby. I'm ready,
I'm ready.
baby.
I'm waiting on you. Ugh! Ah, ah.
Whole song, whole song.
He was like, "Believe me, I am patiently." Ugh. Ah.
But you know what? Which reminds me, Barry did that in another song too. Remember Secret
Yeah.
Garden?
No, not Secret Garden. Oh, he did it in Secret
Well,
Garden?
you know, but I mean, think about it, like how he was enticing with the
Yeah.
vocals, you know, like he came through, and of course he had his own verse on it, but it's like the whole time, every time between the verses, he did like the little interludes with his voice.
Yeah.
And it's like, Barry, what you really doing over there?
There was one song he did where the whole beginning he's just like grunting and like breathing hard. And then and then when the beat came in, he just kind of like just we was like, oh, oh, what, what happened? What is going on in the studio? Ain't no way, bro. Ain't
Oh
no way.
my god.
Ain't no
Man,
way.
man, well, one thing I can guarantee you about this show is that I know for me as the personality, as the radio host, like I can appreciate people who appreciate even just the minimalist of lyrics. Like you
Yeah.
hear it and you're just like, wow, that he said that, or she said that, or did you catch that? Or
Mhm.
for me, I like the fact that people know the back when people know the backstories to music. And I know, like, we were talking about Bobby Womack and
Mhm.
everything. It's like, I can appreciate a person who is as thorough
Yeah.
as me with music. And so I have to thank you for coming on this show and being a part of this platform. I mean, you are welcome back at Global R&B. Look, I might need a co-host every now and again. Going out there, you know
Any
what I mean?
anytime you need me, you let me know, and I promise you, I got you.
All right, look, that's a bet. Look, we done upgraded from friends to like siblings now.
It's pretty much we family now. You know, you can't get rid of me now.
We family. Look, we's family now.
You
We's
know?
family. But yeah, you know what? I want to thank you so much for just being a part of Nika's top 5, or Nika and Jarron's top 6 now.
Got it.
And also want to thank you for being a part of the Morning Energy. Welcome to Global R&B. You are welcome back at any
Oh,
time, my brother.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate that so much.
You're very welcome. Now, before you go, where can people follow you? If y'all aren't already following Jarron, you are missing out. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to go through all of these videos that we just talked about and like and subscribe and share and do all of that to all of them. So tell them where they can find you.
Pretty much, I'm on Instagram. The my handle's a little bit weird, but it's Noraj Dev. So it's my first name backwards, NORRAJDDEV on Instagram. TikTok, I am just at Devereaux. Really quick, I just want to shout out the Blue Teeth Lounge. That's the live that we do that I DJ for. It's a great community of people that come in, we vibe, we hang out. It's a wonderful time, wonderful people in there. So
Shout
shout out
out.
to everyone from the Blue Teeth Lounge. Um, but yeah, that's where you can find me. Yeah,
All right, y'all. Look, I don't know. I'm just so excited. Look, I feel like I'm still on this high. I don't want the show to end, but we
man,
gotta we
yeah.
gotta wrap it up and get back into some music. I want to
Man.
get back into some music. So
But real quick, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you. I appreciate the morning energy, and we definitely need more shows like this that actually just shed a light on a lot of music and a lot of things that are going on with lyrics and stuff. So I appreciate this platform so much, and yeah, whenever you want me, I'm here.
Oh, well, look, you ain't got to look. I'm telling you, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna make it happen.
You have to call.
All right, y'all. I want to get back into this music. I don't know. I feel like listening to something that brought me a little bit of joy back in the day from like the
Come on.
90s or some
Ooh,
like I want to hear something real 90s right now. I'm
yeah,
trying to figure out what I want to hear. Let's see. You
yeah.
got any ideas what you want to hear from the 90s?
When I think of the '90s, I think of like SWV. I think something like that.
I think we should do I'm so
Oh,
into you.
that's
Yeah.
the sound of the '90s. That's the sound.
Yes. Make sure you keep it locked right here on Global R&B 96.3.